use the raise a hand function at the bottom of the screen.
Hey, Rashawn, let me start by saying something if you're okay with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, I think it's important that before we get into basketball, we acknowledge the life of a great man that we lost today in John Lewis. And we talked to the team about it. And it's important, I think, that we not only share our love and our thoughts and our prayers, but we give thanks. We give thanks to a man that lived an incredible life, that sacrificed so much to try to make the world a better place. And the more you read on him and hear about some of the things he did, it's just absolutely incredible. And he truly did spend his life trying to make life better for others. And I just want to take a moment, a second to recognize that and give thanks for everything that he did.
And we'll start with questions from Marshall Harris.
Coach, first off, just any updates, whether or not you got Alex Lynn back, if the situation has changed at all with Harrison Barnes?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Harrison's still in Sacramento going through protocol. Alex is in the bubble. He's got out of quarantine. He was with us in the gym today. He hasn't done much since the 21st. So we got him up and down a little bit. He wasn't part of practice. He got some shots. He did some conditioning, some stuff in the weight room. But that's where we're going to keep him at least for now.
And just to follow up, you guys have scrimmages coming up. You had a day off. How did you spend that day off, and do things change from a coaching, I guess, planning standpoint with the scrimmages on the horizon?
They change a little bit. It'll be nice to, like I've said, to play against other players. But right now, where we're at, what we're trying to do, we're not really we're going to keep approaching every practice, not as if there's a game coming up, but as if it's another opportunity for us to work on what we feel we need to work on. And we'll treat, we're going to compete, try to win in the scrimmage, but it's going to be more of us working against other players on things we got to get done, as opposed to number one priority being winning.
James Ham.
Luke, are you growing a Harrison Barnes beard there? That's what it looks like.
In honor, yeah. I'm trying to get some energy going. So until Harrison Barnes shows up in Orlando, I'm not going to shave.
That's right. How is the spirit of your team at this point, especially with all the ups and downs? It looks like they're getting outside. They're doing a little bit more inside the bubble. Is that a good thing to have them starting to normalize this a little bit?
I think so. I think it's good when we're talking about mental health. Really, when we're in an area we can't leave. It can get dangerous to sit around the hotel and be isolated in your room for long periods of time. So to see the guys out fishing, playing golf, having fun together, I think builds a bond between the team, which I talked about. Being part of this experience is going to be great for our future. But it's also good for them individually, just to get out and do other things and keep their minds occupied. That being said, the spirit's been great. Today's practice was not our best. Way too many turnovers, too many offensive rebounds. So we got to be better with that. But the overall spirit's been good.
We're going to talk to Marvin here in a few minutes, it seems like. But what are you seeing from him, just physically? How does he feel to you? Does he look different than he did to training camp?
He does, James. He's bigger. He's stronger. It's tough for him because he missed so much of the season. But now that we have him for this time here, and he's able to get the reps every single day, and him and Harry are getting all the reps. So he's getting an understanding of just NBA sets. Our vocabulary, timing of what we're looking to do to get our shooters open, all these different things. He's getting to rep those every day. So it's been great for him. As far as how he looks and feels, anytime we talk about him, my coaches tell me how much stronger he is just by trying to guard him. That he's put on a lot of strength, just the way he's moving around, the way he's hitting people. So yeah, it's he's a young player with a very bright future, and we're excited that we have him.
Jason Jones.
Hey, Luke. Yeah, I know before the year you had a lot of different ideas of things you could do with Marvin, offensively, defensively. What kind of things we expect to see, or maybe you don't want to reveal it all, but what type of options does he give you on both ends, having him healthy?
Well, right now the way we're kind of approaching this is it's like an 8-game tournament to get in. So if we're talking about just this tournament, we're going to keep our defensive package pretty basic to what we feel most comfortable with. We feel that Marvin can play coverage and play switching defense. So those will be the two you'll see the most out of him. But if we're talking long term, I think Marvin's physical abilities will allow him to pretty much play whatever kind of defensive coverage we want with him on the floor.
And I think a few times you've mentioned about practice and making the turnovers and not the effort being good, but maybe the play being a little sloppy. Did you come into this expecting that, given the length of time off, that you're going to have a few practices like this?
Yeah, it's to be expected, but it doesn't mean that we have to accept it. So we address it. We constantly talk about it. Guys know how important. When we started the season this year, we were awful with turning the ball over, and a lot of times those turnovers will lead directly to losses. And as the season went on and we got better, we started becoming pretty good with taking care of the ball, and we started winning games. So we expect it to be sloppy, and not only because we've been off for so long, but we got different bodies, different lineups. Harrison's not with us now. De'Aaron's not practicing right now. So between all the different things going on, we expect it to happen, but we got to make sure that we're not okay with it and accepting it as a team.
Going to Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Luke, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you, Sean.
Kind of along those lines, is that kind of the biggest challenge in cleaning that up right now that you guys are facing, those turnovers, the sloppiness? Is that kind of the biggest area of need right now?
Yeah, I'd say, there's a few things, but you can't put anything higher on the list than taking care of the basketball. Some of the turnovers, the sloppy turnovers, you give other teams, especially the teams that are out here, these are all playoff teams or teams fighting to get in the playoffs. They're gonna make you pay if we don't take care of the ball. So it is a priority, and it's we know we're trying to push the ball and play fast. So part of that leads to sloppiness too as we get ourselves back into actual game shape. But if it's on the top of the list.
Cool. And then back to Marvin for a moment. Part of his thing that makes him so unique, obviously, is the way he's able to use music as an outlet for himself. And yourself, you've had teammates who've obviously done the same. And do you think that's a pretty healthy outlet for him? And have you had a chance to hear his new album?
I have not heard his new album. I think it's great for him. I think it's great when players have other hobbies that they're passionate about, something that they can, continue to challenge themselves and grow from. It started my rookie year in the league. I played with Shaq. Shaq used to bring a keyboard on the plane with him everywhere he went. The reason I remember that is because as a rookie, I had to carry that keyboard everywhere he went. But to me, it's great when players have other passions outside of basketball and pursue that.
Thank you.
Jim Patrick, Sacramento Bee. Jim, got to unmute.
Sorry, I'm a rookie at this, guys. Hey, Luke, I wanted to follow up. You talked about John Lewis. You're wearing a shirt there with some activist messages. Do you feel more empowered to talk about this kind of issues right now and not get in trouble? Is there more reason to talk about these kind of issues? Where's your head at?
Yeah, I think a big part of the NBA starting up again, and with everything that's going on and coming to Orlando, players making the decision, are we going to be taking away from the social justice movement that's happening if we start talking basketball again, was, hey, if we go to Orlando, there's a platform to speak on. So we encourage all of our players to stand up for what they believe in and speak on it. And I think that as a country, we've done a really nice job of continuing to express how we feel and not be judged by it. So, yeah, I think it's important that the coaches do it because coaches are leaders of teams. And then as players have the opportunity and the chance, they do the same thing.
Yeah, a quick follow-up. You talked about mental health with the players. How's Rashawn holding up? He's been in self-quarantine for a week now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And because it's, like I said, we were quarantined 2 days right before that even happened. So he's spent a lot of time. You know, we make sure we reach out to him. We call him, we talk to him, we send exercise equipment to his room. But that's a tough one. And it's, you know, he says he's doing okay. And that's all I can do for now is take his word for it. And myself, my other coaches, the team, reaching out and talking and communicating to him is really all we can do from where we're at.
Thank you, Coach.